Hey y'all, what's going on? It's Barb Meets World, and I just popped in here real quick to discuss some tea that I just stumbled upon on the gram or whatever. But before we get into all that, y'all, go on ahead, like, comment, subscribe, share, do all of the things for me, please, and thank you. And without further ado, let's jump right into it. What's going on, y'all? Okay, so if you caught my live that we did yesterday, me and my good sis, California Cutie, then you already know how I felt about this sham of an event that Brit called herself throwing. Ugh, girl, do better. Do better, do better, do better, and preferably off our screen because I'm just over the girl. I'm over the girl. Y'all know how I feel about her. If you guys catch my Real Housewives of Atlanta reviews, don't see it for her, haven't saw it for her. And so this didn't surprise me when I saw this just now. And that is, let me go ahead and share my screen. I apologize, my shirt, you can see right through me. But yeah, y'all, I am not shocked at all to see that the event decorator actually called out Brit for what the way in which she tried to make it seem as though the event decorator dropped the ball and she didn't want her brand tarnished, obviously. So I'm glad that she spoke up for herself. I haven't even fully read her response yet, y'all. I immediately saw it, saved it, and jumped on here so that we could just see it together. Okay, so yes, Infinity Events _ATL. Yeah, _ATL. That is the name of the company. And this young lady's name is Bella, actually. And she says, "Hi, I'm Bella. I want to address my appearance on The Real Housewives of Atlanta, where I decorated an event for Brit Eady. As the event decorator, I fulfilled everything I was asked to do and more. However, some behind the scenes details weren't shown. Tell me more." He chose to serve small bites due to budget constraints. Baby, let's pause right there. Budget constraints, for real, budget constraints coming from the lady whose tagline goes a little bit something like, "I'm pretty and paid." I thought she was pretty and paid. I thought she was paid. I thought you was big money. What you mean budget constraints? I mean, honestly, though, y'all, are we surprised? No, at least I'm not. And if you guys saw the episode, then you already know it was giving budget constraints through and through. So my whole thing is, though, why are you coming on here trying to portray yourself as something you are not? Why are you trying to give off, big shmoney, and you really aren't big shmoney for real? Like, just be cool with who you are. And if you would have showed up and gave us the real Brit, maybe some of us will see it for you. Maybe emphasis on it, maybe, but let's keep going. Which she confirmed in a message: "I had no control over food quantity or service, as I'm not an event planner or caterer. She is an event decorator. She's supposed to make things look good. She's supposed to make things, she cares about the aesthetic of it all," which this event, there was no aesthetic really that I saw. And that's no shade to the lady either, because I looked at her page and she's done some phenomenal work from what I can see. She's done some beautiful tablescapes, and she's done even, larger weddings, and you name it. It's all on her page. So I don't think that she would have any reason to lie. I think that it happened exactly how she's recapping it right here. Secondly, the venue was not available for private use. The club was open and operating, and me and team arrived early, not late, and was moved around due to production, lighting, etc. All things that were out of our control. We overdid our job. And I feel like that's kind of the angle that we first saw her speaking to her, it kind of gave like, oh, like y'all are like rushing or what's going on. It definitely gave like displaced. And I even said in our live recapping and reviewing this episode that she the menus, it looked like it honestly had looked like the exact food that they were just actually already serving at the country club. So it's not, it already made me think that it wasn't a private event. So again, not surprised there either. She charges. My role was strictly decor. I offered input on setup, including the use of high top tables and styling the dining table, which she approved. Okay. Lastly, any claims that I overcharged or misled anyone are false. I wasn't even fully compensated for my job and was still in dispute about my balance. There's a clear difference between an event decorator and an event planner. Confusing the two unfairly shifts the blame. At Real Housewives of Atlanta, hashtag ATL, hashtag event decor, hashtag, I think that's supposed to say florist. Y'all, yes, there is a distinct difference between the two, and it was giving that she didn't have an event coordinator. It was giving that she didn't have an event planner. It was giving that you were just winging it and hoping that, hoping for the best, when in all actuality, it looked a mess. And, that's what you're going to be known for. If hopefully you're one season wonder, then this is unfortunately another part of your image that you're just going to be known for. And I said it in my again recap and review of the episode. Portia was absolutely right. I do believe that in Atlanta, just like any other major city that has that has these types of events, often that has individuals that are well-known public figures, whatever you name it, you're going to your image is everything, your brand is everything. So word is going to get around pretty fast. It's going to get around even faster because you did it on the show. Like, if you're going to do something like this, then at least do it in the privacy off of our screens. But no, you were going to be known for this, my girl. And that was just not cute, in my opinion. But to take things even a step further, girl, you talking about, or she said that she wasn't fully compensated. Are you serious? One thing, the event was terrible, and now you're not fully compensating people. We don't like that too much. And this is another reason why I'm just looking at everybody, looking at the Shamias and the Kellys and et cetera, and the Portias real crazy, because it's you want to call, Drew a liar, and people want to call out this person or that person. I feel like Drew also was called out by Kelly earlier on in the season for not buying anything at her event, or, whatever. We never take too kindly to hearing that the girls don't compensate their people. So she just got added to the top of that list, in my opinion. And I feel like this is truly how it went down, because that's what we saw. We didn't see the usual level of events that we've ever seen. We've never seen, even across the board for the most part, obviously we've seen good and bad events, but this was next level bad, in my opinion, and probably the worst. I'll go on record and say probably the worst event that we've seen on Atlanta. And if you guys disagree, by all means, please drop it down in the comments and let me know what you think. But I just, And once again, I am so glad that she spoke up, because we would have never knew this. We would have just thought that, for me, I was always going to fully blame Brit, because at the end of the day, it is your event. So it's all going to come back on you. It doesn't matter. But now at least we know that it wasn't the individuals that she hired to do the services. At least we don't know, or at least we know now that they really truly didn't play a part in the downfall of this event. What was everybody saying in the comments? Let's read a few comments real quick. Brit, Eady, she should have invited only the cast. Yeah, that was tacky as well. We automatically knew that you didn't have enough food, and there was budget constraints when you only said that the ladies were going to be eating. Excuse me? Brit was not ready to be a housewife. Who casted her? Inquiring minds still want to know. It was giving fashion show with no fashions. How dreadful. Shout outs to Dwight. It's okay because we don't believe anything Brit has to say. Yes. Having an event where only a few select guests are allowed to eat is wild, beyond wild to me. Woo, the ghetto. We could go on for days, y'all, but you get the picture. I need her to do better. This was not cool. And quite frankly, once again, I'm not surprised. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Again, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, do all the things. Follow me on my socials that are scrolling along the screen at the bottom. And y'all, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.